And we are back. Let's start some Distraint 2 because we finished with Little Nightmares 2 for the time being. Now, okay, that was unexpected. I never had a game crash on me while starting up, but you know, it's a first for everything. I did manage to crash Little Nightmares once, I think, at least. But as I was saying, I wasn't sure if just looking through the second chapter would be long enough for a stream. I suspected not, but then again, you can't necessarily plan ahead when it comes to trophy hunting. At least not me, because I don't use any guides or such things. Ooh, look at you! Doing the wiggle wiggle. Thank you for the hydrate. No, I can hydrate. It's nice and refreshing. And now, let's get my notes, because I have them. Thank you. So now you have a 2-in-1 stream. And the first thing is the childhood nightmare. So we have to run around a bit and get to the childhood nightmare. And in the meantime, I can enjoy my little head massage. Nice. Thank you. Reason? Oh, here you are. Sorry. Yes, yes, I know you are here. Yes, yes. Do you have any recommendations, Reason? How I could get those 2 missing trophies? I would be ever so happy. Kind monster, would you change your stream category please? It still tells me Little Nightmares. Oh, you are indeed correct. It's been so long that I played 2 different games on one stream that I completely forgot to do that. Thank you for letting me know. Let's go and check that. We also need a new title, it seems. I wasn't planning on such changes. Let me quickly do the necessary work here. We have to add a new tag as well. What shall be the name? Let's make it like so. And now it shall be updated. At least let's hope. Is it? Yes, it is. No. Where are we going? Right? Right. Good question. Reason? Where are you? It's so nice of you. Where it all began. I'm not messing around with anything. I'm just going straight to the facts. Oh, and I'm dying. The stream title was a bit lost. Come on, friends. I'm here too. Why do you have $signs for eyes? That's strange. Can I join? What we're doing here? Just having a party? But I decided to call the stream 649 because it is the code that repeatedly used in this game. I'm not sure if... well, I do know its origin in the story, but I don't know if we have to do anything else with that number other than use it in a few instances, so it's a good reminder for me that I have to keep those numbers in mind. Now, let's go and speedrun things here. Yeah, get the pipe. Because I need my rusty pipe. Yes, I know I can examine it. I can try to use the rusty pipe on the washing machine. I can also look at my inventory. Thank you for the little tutorial, but I don't need any more tutorials. Okay, let's warm up my rusty pipe before returning it into my pants. Not a good idea. Okay, we got the washer dial. Now, here's the thing. I want to save many times now because I'm curious what happens if I get caught by the shadow. I never had that happen. Yes, I did get the trophy for getting killed by the elephant, but not caught by the shadow ever. So you saying Price has a hot rod in his pants? Well, a hot pipe to be specific, because a hot rod would mean that he has a car in his pants, and that would be slightly odd, I think. Come on, come on, come on. Alright. Now, it is rather unlikely that you could get one trophy for dying in any way, failing, how the game calls it, and for getting caught by the shadow in particular, but that's okay. I guess we need to hide here. Yeah, that will trigger this scene, but I can't leave now. Ooh, there's a quote. That's the cure. If something helps you a bit, do it more, and the many bits will become whole. Yes, and it rhymes, so it must be true. What the hell was that thing? I don't know, but I couldn't get murdered by it because you decided to hide. Nah. I got the ice cube. Warmth and coldness. Rather fitting. Okay. I want to save. Why I want to save is to prevent needing to redo certain things, even though let's be honest, not much that I would need to redo, since I know most of the game. Also, that picture on the top of the fireplace, that kind of reminds me of the picture that we see at Mrs. Goodwin's place, but I'm not sure if it's the same one. Okay, let's use the key. There, I unlocked the door. Great! I'm not sure where you are, but I'm sure it will be okay. Probably not. Is there anything here that I actually have to do? Not that I remember. So let's go back. Let's save, because we love saving. Yeah, there was a door here, but now it's not here. Fire is still burning, so I did miss something. Fine, fine, what did I miss? Isn't this the place where I have to get a piece? I think that ring from the wall? But it's not here. That's the tricky thing when you speedrun something. The pace of the game changes and you really have to remember what you need to do. Whereas when you are normally playing the game, you can go at your own pace and better remember which areas you checked and where you've been before. Okay, so I did this. I already used the washing machine. I got the key, I got the ice, I got the pipe. Oh, I have to run into the darkness. Oh. Because I remember that I had the ring the last time before I pushed the couch out of the way to access the puzzle on the wall, so you don't have to do one to trigger the other. Yes, 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 I know reason, I know greed is bad. Greed is terrible, be generous. Don't forget, I do have a Throne page. Okay. Yes, 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 can I get the ring? Thank you. There he goes. Thank you. Now let's use my trusty hand extension, aka the pipe in my pant. And let's go. Oh yes, we have the red gaze. I can't do anything with this, as far as I know. Let's save, because that's always a good idea. The fire is still burning. Here actually the door even shows the puzzle, so the little paintings on the doors give you a clue as to what is behind them. The only trick is that you have to look at it carefully because the paint is rather worn. Schmozer, what are you doing? Why are you hiding behind the door frame? Come on in. Nothing. Nah, that doesn't sound like the truth. Are you up to something by any chance? Have you done something maybe that you'd like to share? No more. Oh, I see. And what about up until this point? Or maybe. What kind of thing are we talking about? No harmful things. Now that's a good start. That's Kira's part. Where is she? Yes, I see in my activity feed that a certain schmoozer bought Little Nightmares 2 Deluxe Edition bonus content from my Throne page, which is, by the way, the Gnome's Attic, a little DLC port of Little Nightmares 2, which I do believe is the only area in the second game where you can meet with a gnome. So it seems we will be playing even more Little Nightmares. More gnomes indeed, and thanks to you. So thank you so much, Schmoozer, for your support. But as always, I have to say, even though I do joke about having a Throne page, you are never required to purchase anything off of it. I greatly appreciate my viewers, and you are helping me so much just by watching or lurking, sharing my content on social media, maybe following me on Blue Sky. But you never need to spend your money. Always make sure that you have enough for your needs, and then if you decide to spend your hard-earned money on me, I do greatly appreciate it. I will purchase the game on PSN when it goes on discount, since I always feature the discounted price, so I don't waste any of the money I get from my viewers. And we will return to Little Nightmares 2, which poses an interesting challenge right around now, but I will have to look into that after the stream. Nonetheless, thank you so much, Moozer. I greatly appreciate it, but you should not spend your money on me. Still had some balance on Throne. Well, thank you for thinking of me when you wanted to spend it. There are so many wonderful streamers out there, and you still chose good old me. Okay, fair enough. Not good, but old. Now, here I had this idea to do this puzzle in the fewest steps, but I started from the outside the last time around, so I moved, and I'm not sure if those are counted. So this time around we will be going the opposite way. I think that's Alright. Does that look alright to you? Ooh, that's tricky. I would say yes. Yeah, that is the fewest steps possible. Nothing. Support the babies. For those who might not be able to see that emoticon because it's rather tiny and the writing is tiny as well, it is Schmoozer holding up a sign that reads "Adopted my Schmoozer." Yeah, now you can see. Thank you. Now let's go and save. Wait, what are we trying to do here again? Good question. I might have forgotten. Slightly. Nothing here. I want to add a second one with Schmooze approved. That's a good idea. It's Schmoozer's seal of approval. Oh, here we go. And no, I won't be running. No! I don't care about you, fear. I will face you. For the record, I'm not moving. Price is running away on his own. So up until this point, you literally cannot fail in the game. Okay, I mean that was just the prologue. Makes sense. No dying in the prologue. Who is the reason here now? The reason? You mean the old man with the large backpack? Because he's not here for the moment. He will return soon, I'm sure. He appears all the time. But for now, we are facing fear. And I'm sure soon agony. Oh, a telephone boot. Ooh, that's an old thing. Oh yes, there's agony. Interesting, you see. I mentioned old but gold. So I mentioned that in this game, I mean red. But that's the funny thing. In this game, every trait or emotion has its name written in a different color. Much like how people's names are written in different colors on Twitch. Now, Schmoozer's name is written in a blue, just like Reason's. So you ask, who is the reason here now? It seems you are. Dark blue. I do believe Reason's name is written in a rather dark shade of blue, but let's check. Reason, where are you? I wanna talk to you. And Kira was red. Yeah. Red as Agonies? And actually the parents is a similar light blue as Zeph's. And Eurite's color is green like Hope. How interesting. Well, No, not the parents, it seems, because Pink is the mother, so the father. Yeah, you're right, there is hope, it seems. I'm not sure if the parents themselves embody a certain trait. But they are loving and caring parents, that's for sure. Now here we are in the dream, and let's see, we have to talk here. Yes, 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 honey, honey, yes. Yes, take the hammer, and I think soon we will be able to talk to Reason. I just have to sew this bit of wood that I obviously have to place in my pants, but at least the developer coded a plank. I'm fixing the fence. Indeed I am. And there's Reason. Reason, I need to check your color. I mean your name color. Come on, come on, come on, come on. That's close enough. You can stop. Thank you. It's a bit lighter. Come on, Reason, show color. Yes, you look so pale. I think it's a close enough match. Do you think that it's fitting to you? Is it reasonable to say that you are reasonable? No? No. Okay. Now let's see. Where are we now? I'm Envy. Ooh. I don't think Envy is necessarily presented in the game. I feel like the closest we have is Greed. But what are you envious of? I mean, if you are the embodiment of envy, then I'm assuming everything, but still. Yes, 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 enough. I know. Thank you. I have to get the puzzle. Give me the puzzle. Give me the puzzle. Here's the thing, if I'm just skipping through everything, I can finish this game in 2 hours, I think. But I hardly believe that would give me a trophy, because if I want to really speedrun this game, and there is a trophy for speedrunning the game, then that would be way quicker than 2 hours. Seems like everything but the heavenly virtuos in me seems to be strong enough to hide envy. Ooh. Oh, the heavenly virtues. Ah, okay. I might have misread that. Alright, alright. I am definitely more familiar with the sins than the virtues. Okay, we survived this. No, no, no more hiding. Now, in this area, I don't think there is a time when we get attacked. 649 again. Alright. We actually got a trophy for this. Sabotaging. There's the red gaze. It's funny in this game how you see the game itself is so linear that I am struggling coming up with any idea that I could do that could maybe be worthy of a trophy, or just overall do something that is not needed for the completion of the game. And that's interesting because in most games there are so many things that you can do that because of that abundance you are struggling to figure out what exactly would give you a trophy. This is the opposite of it. Okay, so here we are. Here my idea was that in the childhood nightmare, we just run out. We don't walk around, we don't care about fear, we just run to the door. Yes, I don't like you, go away, and I just enter. It's too dark in there. I don't care. So I can come back here. And once again, fear will taunt me. And again, I can run to the door and try to enter, but it's still too dark in there. And then Price will call his mother. So this idea is out the window. Fun. Oh wait, I missed this? The game? Well, in a certain way, even though I'm just replaying it for some trophies. Did we wake up from the nightmares? For the time being, I was able to find the 2 missing collectibles. And I decided, since the stream would have only been 2.5 hours long, that I try some trophy hunting in this game. But we will return to Little Nightmares next week for the 3rd and last chapter. And since Schmoozer purchased the deluxe edition upgrade for Little Nightmares 2 off of my Throne page, it seems we will return to that game as well. Out the window, exactly like that. With that brick went out one of my ideas. And that's not necessarily a good thing. Really, it's not a good thing. Because I tried every combination I can think of. And this was one of the few things that I thought could be trophy worthy, that we just leave the nightmare. But no. Also, you're right, is something that I noticed, much like in the Twitch chat. In this game, every character has their name and their lines written in different colors. But in this game, most of the main characters are embodiments of certain human traits and emotions, and green appears in it as well. Pretty much the same green as your name is written in. And that green is the color of hope. So it seems that you bring hope to my chat. Thank you. Now let's see what we can do next. Wrong order of film with the lens. Hey, don't give me the side eye. Even though it looks really fun. I love your emoticons. They are so expressive. Now, let's murder this man. Good old Caesar style. Also, it's rather interesting that Los is smoking. I'm not sure why. Yeah, Schmoozer, you can join in as well. No. Here we are. And there goes my couch. Rude. Let's save. And let's get to the bottom of this. So first of all, we have to get the film reel. I mean, it is circular and rotating, but that is not the film reel. I can't see anything, it's so dark. Nah. Where the heck am I? Oh, here we are. Okay. So one thing that I didn't do last time around was examine the TV. Because you see here, you can examine something. Except you can't really see it, but I think on the ground there is an extension cord. And you can use that and examine it and plug in the TV, and after that the TV will display some rather disturbing images that you can use as a hint for the puzzle here. But what if we examine it before we power it up? Nothing. Okay, let's look at it a bit. I'm sure maybe just watching the TV like this would give us a trophy. I'm not desperate at all. No way. No. Come on. Okay. In that case, let's look for that film reel. Reason! So good to see you! That's actually how Price's three bosses greeted him most of the time. Good to see you. Okay, yes, it's really interesting. Oh, that was there. Good to know. I mean, we could have inspected that before. Reasons, fastest character of the game. Not necessarily, but yeah. Let's pick this up, because it will be probably useful, right? Now, we can use this film reel in a few spots. We can put this here, but there's no point. We can also put it in our pants, but that doesn't help. We can use it to turn... let me think. To turn the machine in the other hallway. Reason is Blue and Fast. He's Sonic. Could be. Now, can I use the film reel here? No. Makes sense. Can I use it here? No. Makes sense. Now, can we cut this? Okay. So I will just put them in a random order here. That is, as far as I know, not the right one. Now, I cannot use this film reel anywhere else as far as I am aware. Does that mean there is no other way to go about this? Definitely not. Now, if we use this here, because I have no other item in my inventory, I'm pretty sure I lost my pipe, which is somewhat concerning. Yeah. Have you tried to solve the film reel puzzle in one go? I don't think so. That's one thing that I don't think I tried. But with the ring puzzle, I could imagine that the trophy was to do it in the fewest possible steps. For the sliding puzzle, I mean, maybe that is the trophy, but I'm not even sure if I could do that. I will be perfectly honest with you, I'm terrible at sliding puzzles. With this one, it would be slightly odd. But here's another thing. Price broke this bottle, took the bottle bottom, and put it in his pants. Now, first of all, that is really dangerous. You know, broken glass is rather sharp. But hey, if he's into those sorts of things, that's okay. But also, he put a bottom in his pants. Not bad. Okay, can we do anything here with this? Absolutely nothing. Great. Whatever floats his boat, I guess. Yeah. Cuts. It is. Okay, so we can put this on the projector. And now we can put the film reel on the projector. Oh, wait a moment. Here we go. So now we have image. But nothing else. It does not trigger what it needs to trigger. So the wrong order of film with the lens is not what we need to do. By the way, Dreadist, did you know that Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and the Alphabet Song have the same melody? I'm not sure. I faintly remember Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I'm not sure about the alphabet song, but I do believe you. And yes, many songs, first of all, share similar melodies. Not necessarily the same because of copyright reasons, but the old, I'm not sure what would be the right word, but kind of folk songs and songs whose writers are not even known. I'm sure there are different lyrics for the same melodies and songs. And Twinkle Twinkle Little Star was 80 years earlier. That's nice. Now I think this is the right combination. It is true that I could have checked something, but again, I got the idea now. To try watching the film without cutting it at all. And in that way see the original order of the 4 scenes. But what I can try now is solving the puzzle without, 1, watching the TV for the hint and really knowing the solution of the puzzle, and 2, even powering on the TV. So I completely skipped that part. But apparently that doesn't mean much. No, I can walk around here. That's something I didn't do. Because again, it is one of those times when the way to progress is right in front of your face. And most people will most likely walk through that door. Or rather, those doors. But not me. And not this time, because I've been here too many times. So let's look around. Anything in the bar? No. Why is it that every idea that I have in this game fails miserably? Well, nothing here. Makes sense. And no, I will not plug in the extension cord because I don't need no hints. I mean, it's not really a hint, it's pretty much the only way to solve the puzzle, except if you just brute force it. And I mean, you can. There are only 4 clips that you have to put into the right order. So that's 4 factorial, which I do believe is 24. Alright, we got nothing. That's another X. Men, women, zombie elephants, it's nice to see you. Yes, Agony, yes, I know. Are you a dentist by any chance? Because you are really heavy on the teeth there. But I do like this animation. And the crackling in the background. Ooh, so nice. Reminds me of losing my sanity and amnesia. Okay, so the next idea that I had was using the keypad without actually checking the numbers, so we have to get there. But first, we have to check this area. Now, what is interesting, it says press X to open your eyes, but I press the circle. Now, what if I don't fish? What if I just refuse to fish? I'm like, no, no fishing. Okay. So I can move. Well, I have to do what the tutorial says. The only thing I can do is press the X, and it won't even react if I'm pressing it at the wrong time. So I was pressing it continuously. Now, what is interesting, you can fish in any spot, it seems. And fair enough. But we already have a trophy that has to do with fishing. So I don't really think there would be another one. But then again, this is pretty much the only time in the game when you have some freedom of choice, let's call it. But I don't think there is a specific location anywhere that sticks out and where you should maybe fish. Good spot. So yes, the dog says there's a good spot here. We can just disregard it for now. Let's see what happens. What happens if I'm like, you know what, I don't want to fish. What if I want to fish here instead? I can't. Interesting, I can't fish here. If I go back, the doggo is not barking anymore, but I can't fish. And I think fishing is important here because that will trigger the next script. Also, I absolutely love how the pixels are rather big in this game, right? It's a pixel art game, but the animation of the water splashing uses tinier pixels for some reason, and because of that those look a bit strange. It looks like that animation is higher quality or higher resolution. Oh, interesting. So I was going around for so long that I could skip the second fishing part and I can't even start fishing now. So that's something different in a way. So let's see if that changes anything. And going back home. Here we are. Anything? Nothing? Nothing at all? Me and my brilliant ideas. So far, all of them sank. But I'm not stopping. At least one of them should be able to stay afloat. But I got an idea here. So what I need to do now is somehow get back to the previous save. I'm not sure how, but let's try. I'm not saving. Instead, I will try to somehow fail, but I don't think that I can do that in a timely manner. So I will just exit out of the game, restart and try something because I have an idea. If the game didn't save, that is. But I don't think it saves on its own. So you see, I caught a fish because I had to. And then I caught a fish because I was curious if you can just go around and fish anywhere. And then I didn't do the second spot where the doggo calls out that it's a good spot and I should go and start fishing. So what happens? Hear me out. What happens if we only catch one fish? Because normally I remember that when Price gets a call, he says that he already caught enough fish. Or something along those lines. What happens if we only catch one? The other thing that I just noticed, and it took me way too long to notice this, when Los smokes, not only the end of the cigarette lights up, but little flames in the place of his eyes. That's really interesting. Really unsettling idea, but I love it. Alright, now let's press every button except X. Nothing. Okay. Now we can go to the right this time, because normally when you return you can only go up to the ladder, I think, right there in front of the doggo. Here you can go to the right all the way, but it seems you can't get that far. So let's try this. Catch only one fish. Let's go home almost empty-handed. Yes, okay, so here I don't have a choice. I have to cast the fishing rod and I cannot do anything. I did not press the X. I have to catch one fish. But from now on, I will not. I will just completely refuse to fish. No, because the first one, it seems, is kind of a tutorial, which makes sense. I cannot skip that one. So here, Love, she asks, did you get any fish yet? And Price says yes. Now, here's the question. What can we do here differently? The watery sound makes me eepy. Well, maybe you should get cozy like your emoticon and take a little nap. Now, can I just go around here a bit? Not doing what the game wants. Like, most of the time. If it is timed, we could wait until night falls. No naps or sleep before 9 PM. Ooh. You are being rather harsh on yourself. But in that case, I'm sure that you don't mind if I keep my little boat adventure here go on a bit longer. So relaxing, right? If I take a nap, I will not be able to sleep during the night. I find it so intriguing how people try to fight their nocturnal instincts. But then again, society wants everyone to be up during the day, unfortunately. Okay, so here we say good spot again, huh? But I won't care. I won't care. I'm just moving on. And if I fall asleep now, I will wake up like 1 or 2 AM. No, wait a moment. It should be around 8 PM for you. If you fall asleep now, you wake up in 5 to 6 hours time at 1 or 2 AM. If you wait until 9, which is in 1 hour or so, you will wake up, well, based on the same logic, in 5 to 6 hours at 2 or 3 AM. I mean, that is slightly better, but it's not a huge difference. Funny enough, I will be too sleepy to wake up after 6 hours. So you wake up as in you are not asleep, but you are not rested enough to really get up. I made notes about your sleep, like a sleep diary. I heard about dream diaries before. Mood. Yeah. Sleep is one of those things that come so easily for many, and not so easily for a few unfortunate souls. Kinda, yeah. Honey, are you coming home soon? It's getting dark. You know I always get nervous if you're on the lake after dark. Okay, I'm heading back home. I've caught plenty of fish. You know you're a liar. You only caught one. Okay, honey, see you soon. No, here's the thing. Alright, let's head back home, girl. So here I was just sailing around. And after a while, it just gave me the phone call. So maybe I could do the same and not return home, even though I was asked to do so. I made notes about how my body reacts to certain conditions about sleep. A little science project. Sleeping is just something I dislike. Why? Because I could be working! Fair enough, but you do need some rest. Every living being requires some form of sleep, or resting, hibernation. Out on the lake at night. How nice. I am almost 99% sure nothing will happen here, but there's so little I can change in this game, it might be what I need to do for this trophy. I highly doubt it. Come on. Nothing. I mean, maybe an extra phone call telling me that I should be home. Or an arm reaching out of the lake. Maybe a machete. A guy in a hockey mask. Okay, that would be slightly out of place here. I had a rather restless sleep last night, but going to sleep because I'm tired now will mean I will be awake early. And this will go on a while like this. Again. Early sleep, early awake. I mean, that makes sense, yeah. No Jason. Okay, no Jason. Maybe a glove with sharp knives attached? No? Okay. Ah, goodness. No Freddy either. Ah, come on. It's nice how the leaves are flying in the wind. That's a nice detail. Well, nothing happened. But we have a Michael Myers in store. Really? A guy in a cheap Picard mask? I think that is what it was? Oh no, maybe it wasn't. Okay. You complaining? About what? About not finding trophies? Not necessarily. It's part of the process. As much as I would be rather happy if I found something, finally. I did try not opening this door previously. Didn't do anything, but I tried. And this freaking thing again. As I said, I wouldn't even try to do this in the least amount of steps. I don't think I could possibly do it. Even though that worked rather nicely. Don't ask. I don't know. I absolutely have no idea how I did that so quickly. I mean, I didn't get anything for it, but I mean, I could try. Could try to restart it and do it in even fewer moves, maybe? Oh, well, come in, Elior. Is it worth a try? What you think? Should we go for it? No. No, we shouldn't. Okay. Even though that was rather quick, so I guess that is the intended way. And I just once again stumbled into the solution. How are you, Elior, today? What are you up to? Okay, did this. No, I need the missing piece. Where do I get the missing piece from? I'm honestly not sure. I always kind of forget that part. Makes me wonder if I could do this in a different sequence. Doing fine, just chilling. That's wonderful. Oh, right. This one. But I think there's only one way to go about this. Because... what was that? Okay, then I'm going here. So I think there's only one way to go about this sequence, because you have to solve the puzzle in order to get access to the memory, to get the code to open the save. Okay. Now what can I do here? Okay, I know I first have to get the light bulb, and then I need to get the fuse, right? I think. I'm not sure. This place is confusing. There's nothing here. It's only later on that we have to come here. I do believe this is the kitchen. Here is the fuse, but we don't have that just yet. This is the kitchen. Oi! Try to think positive. Maybe you could forge new happy memories. Comfort with his positivity. So yes, I can open this. There's really no point, but yes, I can unlock it. Congratulations to me. The only thing that could help me with is a timed puzzle. My comfort is not that positive. Strange. Well, Price's comfort is a rather cheerful fella, even though he wants to solve most of life's problems with booze. Probably not the best way to go about it. Okay, give me this. Thank you. No, don't put it back. Price. Come on. Yes, I know. And I do believe there is one time when we get attacked in this house. Means Price had a lot of alcohol after stressful days and found comfort in it. Yes, most likely that's what it is hinting at, because at the end of the first game we actually see him drinking, I do believe, whiskey. Happened to me. It happens to a lot of people, but I don't really think that's the best way out of problems. Because it doesn't really solve the problems, it just adds another one. But then again, I dislike alcohol, so easy for me to say. I just was able to stop myself before it got worse. Good for you? Now, where the heck do I have to go now? Isn't this where I got the bulb from? No, apparently not. Okay, push this out of the way, crawl into the wall, because why not do that? Yes, I did this the previous time with the fewest moves as well. Didn't get anything for it. Kinda rude if you ask me. Speaking of, thank you for the hydrate and stretch. Also, what kind of a cabinet opens by... Hello there. By solving a puzzle like that. Can I go through there? Thank you. Much appreciated. Ah. Look at that gorgeous emoticon. It's so fluffy. Fluffy tail. I wanna touch fluffy tail. Okay, we need to do this. There you go, buddy. Imagine being in the Resident Evil world. Only one bedroom in the whole city and you have to solve a puzzle to get in. That would be a rather shitty situation. Not gonna lie. I think I entered the wrong door. Literally. Well. Quite so. Okay, get the fuse. Take the light bulb, because we only have one. I mean, imagine that, how much money you can save by only having one light bulb. You carry it with yourself, and whenever you have to actually see where you are, you just put it into the socket and you can see. You can save a lot on light bulbs. Oh goodness, greed. I literally cannot press the cross button any quicker. Thank you. Get lost. Nothing. Okay, there's the third one. So with the first I had to hide. With the second, Price ran away. What happens now? I'm dead. So in a way you can fail like this. This is the game over room. And you get a save point. You get a continue that I used before. And you get a quit. And my idea was, what happens if you fail and quit? Now I didn't do that the first time around. But let's try it. Nothing happens. Of course nothing happens. Why would anything happen, right? I mean, it makes sense. To be perfectly honest, we already got a trophy for, you know, failing. He's getting more insane, slightly. Just slightly. But now I can do this in the fewest moves possible that I can imagine. Just be careful. You don't want to mess this up now. There it is. I think that is the fewest possible moves. But maybe the trophy asks for finishing and completing the puzzle. So let's go. Let's get the last piece. And maybe I just did this earlier, but I got lucky there and I didn't really pay attention to what I was doing the first few moves, only after I actually noticed that, wait, that is kind of working. Pieces are falling into their place. So I wanted to check. Schmoozer. It's really none of my business, okay? But just out of curiosity, are you headbutting yourself? I don't judge. I'm really happy that you actually participating in some self-care. I'm lacking of head pets. Oh, you mean you are touch starved and you have to pet your own head. Oh, that is rather sad. I can give you head pets if you'd like. Well, that didn't do anything at all. Lovely. That emoticon always makes me wonder how ginormous Schmoozer really is. But hey, a bigger Schmoozer means more to love. And more fluff. Okay, let's look around. I'm liking headpet emotes to headpet others. Oh, that's what you meant. Silly old me misunderstood. Yes, fluffy tail. Oh yes. I would definitely choose the fluffy tail if I had the choice. And I also rather dislike tofu. Okay, enough of that. I love how this room is literally called 4 ways. Okay, so we have to go back, find the room with the hole in the wall. Anyone remembers where that is? I think that's the toilet, so that's not it. Where the heck is it? Where the heck is it? Where the heck is it? Is it here? Let me guess, I was just here. Of course I was just here. Look, I have a getting lost emote for a reason. I'm not really good when it comes to navigating. Yeah, let's just say that. Alright, what do we have here? What do we have here? Here's your light bulb. Meatball in a salad bar. Kind of, but I mean, if you are a meatball, you stick out like a sore thumb, and hopefully someone will notice that and perhaps help you. But here, I'm just running around in circles and I just put a pendulum in my pants? You know why I really don't understand how this man didn't have a girlfriend. I mean, he has a habit of putting rather large objects in his pants, and that could be misunderstood. Now where do we have to go? Where do we have to go? Where do we have to go? Pendulum. Yes. Yes, I know. Makes perfect sense. I mean, the wallpaper there was different, so that was suspicious to begin with, but I never heard about a door that only appears at certain times. This is not where I had to go, right? No. Okay. Where's that new door? Where's that new door? I think it's this one. Yes, it's a lampstand. You are a genius. Get the fuse. Put the fuse into your pants as well, because who knows? You might blow a fuse. Yes, greed. Yes, 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 yes. I'm aware. It is so good to be greedy, definitely. It helps you succeed in this greedy world. The problem is I can't really argue with that. It is rather true. Greed, will he ever leave me alone? He's like a persistent axe. Not the cutting instrument. Okay, we have to hide. And now we have to wait. Also, is it just me or the sign showing the save point in this slide kind of looks like a pineapple? It's probably just me. Now I see two. Wonderful. Mad minds think alike. Okay, can I leave? Thank you. Okay, so pineapple this way. Thank you, I have my daily pineapple. Now, what the heck do I have to do now? I have to go to the kitchen. I only have one idea left. And, you know, even the best case scenario is that it grants me one trophy. I'm missing two. Yes, I got the fuse. Daily pineapple? Do you have any plans about eating a pineapple a day? No, that's not my New Year's resolution. Definitely. Now, I tried everything here. And nothing worked. So I will just skip right through it. Take the teddy bear. Put the teddy bear in our pants, because apparently this is a childhood thing that Price just carried over. Take the elephant. Put the elephant in our pants as well, definitely. Imagine when Price was a teenager, he put an elephant in his pants. He was a heartbreaker for sure. No, about a sweeter taste you want to create by eating a pineapple each day. Is it something you can do? I don't know much about these culinary hacks. Only thing I know is pineapple, one of the rare things that want to ingest you while you are ingesting it. But most of the time it fails. Oh wait, I have to go to the toilet. That sounded wrong, but I need my elephant. And the elephant is in the toilet, don't question it. It's one of those games. I heard it needs at least some days until it makes something sweeter. So if I eat a pineapple every day, things will taste sweeter to me? Okay. I mean, I heard before that love sweetens one's life, but apparently pineapple is a good substitute. Even though it is rather prickly. Okay. A place on the stone, yes. A certain body fluid of you would be sweeter. Nekio would probably approve. Schmoozer. What are you implying here? Are you implying that I should feed some pineapple to Nekio? Funny enough, that reminds me of a time I had a conversation a long time ago where someone pointed out that a certain bodily fluid kind of tastes like pineapple. Never quite understood it. But I guess I didn't forget it fully. What do you think I'm implying? Let me see. A sweet tasting body fluid. Oh, blood. I mean, the amount of sweet tea I'm consuming, I'm pretty sure my blood is rather sweet. I'm not sure why Nekio would approve of that. Is he a vampire? I didn't know that. It doesn't look like a vampire. But then again, who knows? I never tried to hold a mirror in front of him. Okay, we got here. What's the last thing on my list? Enter 649 on the keypad. Alright, let's say consume enough pineapple and the male body fluid will be sweeter. Oh, that is what you were implying. I thought it changes something with your taste receptors, since it is rather acidic. But in that case, I mean, yeah, I can see how it would change and sweeten one's saliva. I mean, it makes sense. That's how you ingest it first. So yeah, are you implying that I should spit into Nekio's mouth? Kinky. I'm not sure if he would be into that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Honestly. I'm not sure if that tells more about me or him. Probably the both of us. Okay, open our eyes. Oh, forgiveness, yes. Alright, well, I actually said I would give this game a rest after this week's stream, but we are here, I might as well finish it and run completely out of ideas. Because so far that is what is happening. And this is the time in a trophy hunt where I'm starting to get curious if I miss something painfully obvious. And that is partially why I retry multiple times, like with the collectibles in Little Nightmares earlier. Because I would have felt really stupid if I looked up a guide and realized, oh, they were right in front of you, you moron. But here, I'm really running out of ideas, and at certain times it is more than true that I was faced with trophy requirements that I checked after I just couldn't figure them out. And I just said, no, I would have never thought of that at all. And that's why it is a slippery slope looking at the trophy requirements, because sometimes you just overlooked something and it's a good idea to actually try again and figure it out. But at other times you can replay it like a dozen times and there's a good chance you won't figure it out. And that's why I think the most useful thing you can have, and this sounds really silly, but the most useful thing you can have when trophy hunting is actually someone who already played that game and knows the trophies. And so they can tell you without spoiling the actual trophy if what you are trying to figure out is something that is reasonably achievable, or if there's no way. Hello, can I give you the ladder? No, that will be important later on. Okay. I gave you my pipe, but I lost it. Okay, so here we go. The nursing home. This is it. The last thing I have an idea for. That's nice. It's rather a shame that I can get a head massage from Schmoozer and I cannot pet Schmoozer. It's a shame. Alright, let's see. The last time around I overlooked this detail because I tried to enter and you can't. It will say, no can do, the door is locked. And even though the character literally stands in front of the darn thing, it seems, I didn't notice the keypad. So let's use the keypad, because this one time we are actually tasked with inputting the code. It's not a script. The character doesn't need to learn the code in this playthrough. If we already know it from a previous one. So what happens if we enter the code here without finding its solution on the... what was it? The curtains in one of the rooms. So the code is 649. And literally nothing happened. So indeed it is possible to use this speedrunning technique and know the code without actually learning about it. Don't worry, right here. Okay, let's try saving here. I don't know if I ever tried saving in the game over room. Nothing. Rest in peace. Price. But this is interesting because we saved there. We were sent right here and not to the previous save point. So even if you die and haven't saved in a long time, if you save in the save, in the game over room, you don't have to replay. That's interesting. But that's another X, and that means I'm entirely out of ideas. Yay! So, pineapple on pizza? Now, most people will say that is an extremely dangerous question to ask. I personally like it. But then again, I am a monster. Okay, so we officially have to look at the trophies. Because I'm out of ideas. So, for the saliva, I did say that, but that would mean you've been lurking here for a while. No, I just like chaos. Good for you. Now here it could be to do it in the fewest moves, but I'm not even trying that. I'm sorry, I have no clue how I could even try that. Like that. That. Okay, no. That. Oh, there is no clip in my DMs. Oh, really? That would mean there's a spy in my chat. Concerning. Concerning indeed. We have a mole around here. A clip that got deleted after downloading. Oh, so sneaky. Someone is trying to hide their traces. It isn't that interesting. Isn't that right, actually? Apparently it isn't. So you are secretly leaking information to Nekio. Not that Schmoozer would know since it isn't her, right, Schmooze? Oh, sure. Surely. I am sure that's the case. Oh, we're coming lucky. I'm not afraid. What should Dread do? But here's the question. Is wrong. Because it's not about what I should do, but what I could. Now, what do I have to do here next? Alright, I have to change the machine to here. Should, could, would do against it. Well, depends. I could make some discriminating or maybe embarrassing clips from your streams. Nekio, are you alright? I just wonder now, should I eat pineapple to satisfy Dready? What a question. Why would that satisfy me at all? That implies I have to stream. Now here's the thing. You can't keep yourself from streaming forever. Also, it seems you can also skip this part of the puzzle as well. Really interesting. The broken flower. The last stream was December 25th. Yes, I think you said you are busy during the beginning of the year. Why is there a guy standing there? Out of my way! Exactly! What are you doing here? Come on! That's so rude. So apparently if you know the solution and not do this part, you will get stopped, because unlike with the other puzzles where you're not really missing out on much, here you miss the complete introduction of a character. So my idea of using information from a previous playthrough was kinda right. Even though that's funny because I did not even write this idea down. I just thought, could I do that here? And that's the funny part, because I wrote down using the code for the door. I did not think of doing the same with this puzzle. But when I looked at it, I went to the reception where you get the medicine. I even picked up the medicine. I thought, wait, I know the solution to this puzzle when I looked at it. And so I just entered it wondering, hey, what would that do? And actually didn't do anything. So I just decided to continue the game, and then I noticed, wait, why is this guy standing in the way? And we got a trophy. So yay. Yay, an achievement. You see, it's worth it to try and spend time with something, because it gives you that feeling of success. Nekio, he said that he has the urge to inspect holes. Yes, I did say that because I was looking for secrets and collectibles in Little Nightmares. And indeed, if I saw a hole, I climbed right in it. Did he now? No, it was 2 hours ago. If I see a hole, I want to inspect it. Wow. I didn't know you paid so much attention that you could even quote me. That's so nice of you. But I mean, that's how trophy hunting is. You kind of learn little tricks, like how in Limbo I learned that if you should go right, try to go left first. And now in Little Nightmares I learned always check underneath the stairs. That's a new trophy hunting rule. I'm rather happy that I got to learn it. And yes, an age-old wisdom is if you see a hole, take a peek inside, because you might find something there that brings you joy. I quoted that 2 hours ago and looked it up in chat. Ah, I see. Oh, random lyrics. Be right back. Don't worry about... Wait, why is everyone pooping my nose again? That is crazy. Also, Nekio, now that you are here, why is it that you started your stream and without saying a word booped my nose? You say that's rather rude. You didn't even say hello or anything. You just jumped in here, booped my nose and left. That's not a nice thing to do. And no Zeph is booping my nose. What is happening here? Like an old married couple, you two. I never say hello when coming here. But you do say something. Because I'm a brat all the way. But I can also imagine a few things that should go all the way, but let's not go that far. I throw stuff. Yeah, but that's one way to announce your presence. You at least send a message in the chat. I'm pretty sure I would die here as well, so hide. Booping is too. Yes, but isn't that a bit rude? You could at least ask first, you know? You can't just go around and boop people. Yeah, I go all the way in games. I go until the ending. Thank you for noticing, Dready. Well, yes, but you not always collect all of the trophies. I am rude after all. Well, I didn't know that. I also didn't know you were apparently proud of it. Then again, I have an old and rather odd aura, let's say, that apparently attracts brats. Don't know why. He did pay for it after all in redeem points. I have to make the boobs more expensive, noted. Not proud, just aware of it. Is that so? I think we actually saw this exact place in black and white during one of the short cutscene like sequences between 2 episodes, maybe? Can mods get the points back? I hope not. Really thinking making the boob higher would change anything. So cute. Well, it would. You wouldn't have as many chances to redeem it. And I'm pretty sure Nagio has many points. Many, but not infinitely many. You see? The more expensive something is, the more you think about purchasing it. And I can't just positively reinforce such behavior after all now, can I? Delusions Part 2! Oh, my delusions got a sequel! How nice! I always knew it would be successful. Really? Really? Sorry, we talked about it too much, I got tempted. Oh, so that's how it works. So if I bring up a topic enough, you get tempted to turn it into a reality? Interesting. Yes, reason you are here. And you make the assumption that I wouldn't make fake accounts to farm points and boobs. First of all, farming boobs is... well, it's not necessarily illegal, but it's just morally wrong. But also, well, you see, I would notice if I have viewers who are just lurking, collecting points and booping my nose. I guess it depends on the topic. Oh, someone is trying to go back from what they got themselves into. You kind of sound like a stalker, hun. Oh. On the internet, everyone does. And even though I know it's a serious problem on the internet, but it would be silly to try and deny how many stalkers are there. Ethics, schematics, huh? Do you really think I'd pull back? Me? Who knows? If, let's say, you were facing a bug. You call me a yandere since a while. Are you really a yandere? That makes things much more interesting. Yes. No? No, you aren't? I see. I never get in first if insect. I wasn't talking about an insect. I was talking about a bug. Like, you know, when you play a game and you fall through the ground. You know, a bug. What are you thinking about? I don't think I fit the criteria. You're not murderous enough. Oh, that kind. Yeah. What were you thinking of? Wow. People and their messed up minds. I don't know, depends on the bug. But there was that famous bug in Assassin's Creed Unity where people were missing their faces. Murderous for sure, but the rest doesn't fit. So you say that you are not a yandere because the only trait that is fitting is the murderous part, which is the most extreme. Wow. That is something. Well, what is more to a yandere? Well, let me think. Well, they are obsessive, so maybe that's the not fitting part. Let me see. If the bug is Cloud suddenly shirtless, I'm in. Yeah, let's not clarify what you are in. In, exactly. No beings murderous makes me a murderer, not a yandere. Fair enough. Yeah, so you are one. No. You know, someone can be a murderer without being a yandere. More yandere? A yandere yandering? I guess the idea with a yandere is that they are murderous because they are obsessive when it comes to love and they are extremely jealous and possessive. So you can be murderous for entirely different reasons and you won't be a yandere. So what Zev is saying, it seems, is he would kill people, but not for love. Which is kind of concerning as well. A yandere usually is romantically interested, obsessed in one person and murders because of them. That's true even though the wording makes it slightly questionable because they are not doing it because of the person in question in the way that they are asked. They are just trying to protect that person, but by protecting them, it also means anyone who might be able to take them away from the yandere. Alright, gotta go. Have a nice rest of your stream, Dready. Bye, chat. Thank you so much for joining. Doesn't sound much like me. Usually to get rid of rivals. Exactly, yes. So you're not concerned about rivals. And here I just recreated how I died in my first playthrough. And in a similar way, because but there I noticed I noticed the elephant. I just wasn't quick enough with the running. No, I'm poly. Good point. Good point. Even though I think even in polyamorous relationships, jealousy can be a problem. I would say even more than in other relationships, because of the multiple partners, it comes up more often. Of course, it can be worked through, but still, it's a challenge. That certainly wouldn't be a reason to kill for me. Yeah. I mean, a polyamorous yandere is... Is that possible? I'm not sure. That kind of seems like a paradox, but maybe it's possible. I'm not sure how that would work. Yes, jealousy can be a problem, but my solution wouldn't be murder. That's probably for the better. It can be very difficult to treat each partner with the exact same amount of affection and attention. Yes, that's why I think, because of the presence of multiple partners, these questions about being jealous and feeling unequal, they can come out or come up more often. But then again, I think when it comes to polyamory, because these problems are more frequent, people can handle them and manage them much better, which is interesting. I feel like a polyamorous couple, let's call it, can solve that problem much more often successfully than one practicing monogamy. Yeah, I don't think you fit that criteria, you are right. I can see a poly yandere working, but it would probably be even more controlling. Maybe? I think you can twist a story enough to make it work, but it would certainly be a really specific case. Like the Undead knows they can't keep everyone away, so instead of murdering the competition, they try to keep all their partners locked away. Well, maybe... I mean, it's an interesting idea, because if you say locked away in a non-literal way, yes, that would be more of a narcissist, maybe. If you think literally, that would be closer to the horror-esque Yandere theme. But without the murdering, I'm not sure if it fits the criteria. But then again, I'm not sure about these Dara archetypes. I never really looked into them that much. But maybe you are right. I can see it working too, but I don't fit in the criteria because of the way I treat relationships. But good for you. Good for you. And I mean, you are not on there, which is possibly a positive for most people around you. Depends a lot on the way you are poly and if there are hierarchies involved. Yeah, that can give some structure, which I can see helping some people, but maybe not really working for others. Again, it's one of those things that you have to figure out for yourself what works for you the best. Set your boundaries, your style. Okay, stop it. Let's get through this last sequence. I actually don't think there's much I can actually do here. I don't even think I can freely move. After all, this is kind of an ending. But hey, we found one trophy. I'm curious if it is the rarest one or the second rarest one. If the second rarest one, then I'm going perfectly in order. Funny enough. Let's see. Let's see how we did. I can't skip this. You can actually pause during the credits. Wow. So, we couldn't get both of them, but hey, we got one. That's good. That's good enough for me. Today, at least. So let's see, what did we get? It's the next one, I love it. I mean, I got the catch the fish before failure, so I didn't go in perfect order here. Out of the way, find the usher. The usher? What do you mean by that? What is an usher? An officer or servant who has the care of the door of a court, hall, or chamber. That is interesting because this trophy, the name, the description, it helps not at all with actually figuring out what you need to do. But it's funny how they pretty much took a screenshot of this exact place where he's standing and made it into the icon. I mean, maybe that is the same with the fish, how you catch them. And with failure, I think is the bench we are sitting on, which, I mean, you could make a screenshot of that as well when Price is not sitting on it. But here what I love is Price, I guess, was blinking and he looks so surprised by the fact that this man is here. And I mean, it was surprising. It caught me off guard seeing that he is standing there, because I wasn't really expecting him. After I did the puzzle in the reception area and nothing happened. I just assumed, well, nothing else I can do. That wasn't the trophy. Turns out I was wrong. Which is kind of a nice thing, how the developer made it so you get the trophy a bit later. Not for what you do, but what it changes. Actions and consequences, I guess, shown here. So that's really nice. One more trophy, and the gold one. A bit rarer than the previous. And I mean, it's not difficult. If you know what you need to do, it's not that difficult, I admit. Figuring it out is kind of a tricky thing. And it definitely requires multiple playthroughs if you don't have a guide or watch a playthrough or something like that, since you... I mean, you would know the code part, but that wasn't what gave me the trophy. It was solving the reception area puzzle. And as far as I know, at least how much I could figure out, there is nothing that helps you with that puzzle. The notes, the musical notes on the wall, they don't help you. At least I couldn't figure out what they meant. And then you revive the inspiration, I think, and you get the solution. So hey, we are only missing one trophy. It is the rarest, obviously, and the platinum, slightly rarer. So today we got 2 trophies, one in Distraint 2 and one in Little Nightmares. So we are at 80% with Little Nightmares and a 91% in Distraint 2. And we will definitely return to Little Nightmares next week with the 3rd chapter. I do believe it is called The Residence, but don't quote me on that one. And I think I know I said this earlier, but I think I will give a bit of a rest to Distraint 2. I really ran out of ideas here, and to be honest, I only started playing it today because Little Nightmares didn't take as long. I mean, finding 2 collectibles didn't take me 4 hours. Only 2.5. I'm so good at this. But we will be back with Little Nightmares. We finished Amnesia. We also finished Heimrich a bit earlier, so I actually have to delete that game. And we don't have the follower goal, unfortunately, to return to Oddworld. So I will have to come up with something. But hey, who knows what we are going to be playing next week. But for now, I thank you for joining me. Thanks to a number of wonderful people for hopping into my chat, keeping me company, booping my nose, even though I think it's a bit excessive. But also thanks to Zeph for the cheer, and also to Schmoozer for the bits, and also for Schmoozer for purchasing Little Nightmares 2 Deluxe Edition bonus content from my drone wishlist. I greatly appreciate it, and that means we will return to Little Nightmares 2. Not while I'm playing the first one, because that would be weird. And also, as I mentioned, there's a tiny technical difficulty when it comes to that game, but we'll see. For now, we are going to be raiding Urite because he is streaming art, and I think working on some fake mon. I don't know much about Pokemon, but I certainly know that a lot of work goes into these designs, and I find art streams rather relaxing and honestly fascinating. They are so much fun to see other people show their passion in art. Thanks for the stream, thank you for joining, and thank you for joining so many times. Your stream streak is getting out of hand. Maybe I should do a surprise stream. I'm not sure. But jokes aside, thank you so much everyone for joining me. It was a wonderful stream, even though this week we mostly just did trophy cleanup. I think it was rather fun. So please say hello to Urite and maybe follow him for some art. Have a great day, and as always, good night.